The fourth is, of course, the champions, KKR. No Gambhir, but lots of head scratching for them to do. Is Shreyas Iyer worth 18 crores? Will Narayan be, of course, thought of in terms of being retained for 3 years, in terms of his age? Some would say yes. You see Tyre and him play in the CPL, so you would say Narayan can go the way as well. Rinku is, of course, a great KKR asset, but the way he was used last year, debatable. And Andre Russell has been KKR through and through. So here's what we feel about KKR, even with their uncapped and RTM options over there. I'll throw the discussion open to Anirudh here, and then Nix and Akshay. KKR, how will they go about their business? This is the champions we're talking about. So again, someone like Shreyas Iyer, how much do you retain him in for, bro? I don't think he's even worth 11 crores. Forget 18.
I think KKR, Sunrisers, and probably Mumbai were the three teams who desperately asked for more retentions. And BCCI and Jasha just said, here you go, take it for 75 crores. And they're in huge trouble. I mean, I cannot see how you can go for retention 4 and retention 5, man. It's just not viable. I mean, if they do it for the sake of loyalty and the fact that they want to have players, I think the rest of their squad is going to get screwed. And as far as choosing 3 players, I don't think it's possible. I mean, they will keep Shreyas Iyer. You have to keep Andre Russell. You have to keep Sunil Narayan. But then what do you do with the Rinku Singh? You have to keep him as well. You have to keep Varun Chakravarti. You have to keep the likes of Harshit Rana, who's going to get capped in the next couple of weeks. So they're in trouble. But personally, I would keep Russell. I would keep Narayan. And I'd keep Rinku and say, Shreyas, don't worry, boss. No matter what, we're going to get you back. But we just cannot give you 18 crores right now. Because Rinku Singh will go high.
Unprecedented in IPL history that a winning captain.
And just one more point to add to that. If sources and reports have to be believed, Venki Mysore was the one who actually came up with the idea saying, why don't we have 0 retentions or just 1 retention and come up with 8 RTMs? Do KKR go that way? I mean, again, but they would 100% have gone that way if the RTM rule was the way it was before, where you just face the paddle the moment the bid is done. But then right now, with the fact that you can come back, say for example, an Andre Russell, say Delhi and a Mumbai are bidding, and Mumbai have him say for 15 crores. If Mumbai really want him and KKR raise their paddle, Mumbai could go 20, but I mean that's the retention amount, more than the retention amount, right? So you're trouble in the sense you'll only be able to keep those 3 or 4 players again. So they're in huge trouble. I don't know what they can do. There's no practical, there's no realistic answer to it. I think they'll keep Russell and Narayan and they'll keep Shreyas. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see Rinku Singh in the auction. Unless they want to screw themselves. Unless they want to screw themselves and say, okay, sure, we'll pay 62 crores for 4 players. Then if they do that, then good luck to them.
Yeah, because Nikhil, how much, again, are they like Delhi? They don't have a coach yet. They will probably get a coach before the mega auction. I know there's, of course, Chandu Pandit over there, and who was pretty much
Dwayne Bravo
hands-on. Bravo joined as well. So what do they do? Because Narayan, Russell are keepers. Shreyas and Rinku fall in that twilight area where you want to keep them, but you can also get them at a cheaper price. So how do you kind of look at KKR?
I have a very left-face suggestion for KKR. I don't know if they'll do it. Just do 1 uncapped retention and send everybody back to the auction. RTM everybody.
Why not do 2? You can keep Vaibhav Arora and Ankuresh Raghuvanshi.
I would not want Vaibhav both. I would probably want to just keep Harshit. If he's uncapped, so definitely Harshit. That is locked for me at 4.
We expect him. I would also want 3 fast bowlers. So he's getting capped first.
Yeah, so Harshit, if not, Ramandeep is an option that I want to retain as an uncapped option. Because a lot of huge potential. Just do that and have the entire purse open for you to try and match whatever the audience wants to give it. Because I don't think Shreyas should get 11. Even if he goes in the market, yes, if somebody desperately wants it, yes, then you can get it. But then can you just say that they are 11 pe rakhne ke liye, who are you keeping at 18 and 40? And I don't think Russell at times with the usage. Now see, Russell last year didn't bowl as much. So the usage is changing. And for once, by normal logic, I don't expect Narayan to work again. If Gambhir comes back, I don't know.
Hasn't worked. So that reason hasn't worked either.
Exactly. So again, if something happens, yes. So I don't feel the amount that you will eventually pay, it is in excess of 60,000. It is worth what you are likely to get from Narayan, Russell, and Shreyas and others. So to me, I'll just keep 1 uncapped guy. So that is sorted, and then I can have 5 cap retentions. Then whatever the price, maybe I have to be happy with it. If I'm not happy, like the example you gave, but if you think Russell, and see, even in all this, you have to have 2 people who you will break the bank for. Maybe one of them is Russell. But you will not possibly do it for Shreyas, maybe not do it for Narayan. So it's up to the franchise. But to me, just having that one option will be very handy because then you have a lot of purse. And remember, KKR have in the past spent a lot on certain individuals only. So they
Yeah.
do not mind going that route by having just a strict 16, 17 member squad and just have a lot of big purchases lined up. So to me, that is how I'd go about it, and not
The
worry
only
about
problem is the
Okay.
emotional connection of them having won the IPL. How do you do that? That's
But then
the only
that is
problem.
what-
They've been a
that is-
successful franchise.
that is something
But
they can
that's what you
communicate
paid
with
money
them.
to make decisions for. I mean, Venki Mysore and co.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you can
they will
always
also
tell them,
sign,
right?
they will also sign Mitchell Stark, and now they paid 25 crores, but eventually it was money worth it. And I don't think Stark's even in a conversation in terms of retentions. But Akshay, I just want to get your quick KKR perspective before we move on to the other teams. The way I see it, and I like how Nick sees it completely different in terms of just have one uncapped player and then just go absolutely gung-ho in the auction. How about this, right? Your Indian players, Shreyas, because he's your IPL winning captain, fuck it, give him 18. 14 go to Rinku. Harshit Rana will play, bro, so he will not be uncapped, I feel. So you buy him in at 11, okay? Then your 18, 14 go to your respective stalwarts for KKR who won you bloody 3 titles, right? Your Russell and your Narayan. So 18, 14. Your uncapped comes in terms of Ramandeep or your Ankrish who has age on his side. So they have all 6, and then they'll build from there. Do you see it more with
79
me?
crores, boss.
Yeah,
79
I know.
crores.
I know, and then you have 41 crores, but you have your 6 starters for sure. You have to figure out your rest bits and bobs. So, Akshay, where do you stand in it?
I mean, see, I know they would want all those 6 names back, but paying 79 crores and nearly 70% of your budget is not wise because you're not sure of how you'll fill in the other gaps, how you'll plug them in. Andy Russell's not really bowling that much. Shreyas Iyer himself hasn't been in the greatest of form as a batter. Sunil Narayan ka bhi pata nahi as a batter, will he sort of be able to do an encore of what he did in IPL 2024? So given that these 6 names itself have a lot of questions that will be answered only during the IPL, I don't think they would want to take that risk. The way I look at it is, I understand where Nikhil is coming from. Probably these 5 players, Rinku, Shreyas, Andre, and Sunil, sorry, these 4 players would not cost 61 crores should they enter the auction, but that's still a very big punt to take, and they have to be brave enough to be able to do that. What I personally think I would do is have Russell at 18, Narayan at 14, Rinku at 11, and take an uncapped player with me. Go into the auction with about 59 crores remaining, no, 69 crores remaining. Tell
More than
Ayat we are
69.
going to RTMU.
It's more than 69. It's actually 53 plus
51
20,
done.
73 crores.
51 crores done, right?
If you keep 3 retentions alone, it's 43. 18 plus 14
47
plus
done.
11, 47. So you've got 53 plus 20. You've got 73.
Yeah.
So that's a good.
Yeah,
that's a significant amount of.
And
money
I would sort of assure Iyer ki boss, we will go for an RTM. And bhai, agar koi usko 18 crore de raha hai na, to jaan
Then ले लो.
Yeah, ले लो as in दे दो, मतलब दे दो कि हाँ ठीक है भाई तो ले तुझे 18 करोड़ में चाहिए, clearly you guys want him more. Captaincy के लिए options है भाई, मतलब they don't.
One second. I just want to bring up one name, which is of course brought up in the chat. Varun Chakravarti. He's got the nod for the Bangladesh T20 series, so obviously they're thinking of him as a potential India player. Forget KKR player. How much will that be a conversation in the KKR think tank with Varun Chakravarti? Is he an RTM for you guys?
Him and
Yeah,
Harshit, everyone falls there. Him, Harshit, Nitish, Venkatesh, boss, they have so many. You can Phil Salt, even Mitch Stark to an extent. I mean, they have all of the 11 players are worth.
Yeah, Phil Salt can be.
Depends on the
bought back.
price. Depends on the price. I'm just saying.
I
Depends
don't
on the
even think
price.
Stark is registering himself. But one more thing, Varun Chakrabarti is definitely someone they would have ideally liked to retain, but barring the 11 crore slab, I don't think 14 would be a bit much, and 18th, of course, is out of the question. So given that, they would happily RTM him. I'd be very surprised if they let go of him completely.